Yep. I finally got the oil pan off the old black 4x4. And if you can see there where the screwdriver goes all the way through, those bearings are gone on the number 2 and number 4. Every one of the rest of them are fine. I can give you an exact rundown of what happened with this truck, because when I took the pan off, that's the, well, let me turn you around here right. That's the oil pump. I found a piece of the sleeve, plastic sleeve that goes on up over the top of the pump, where the distributor comes down to the top of the pump. Found a piece of that plastic sleeve in the bottom of the pan, which means that at some point broke, probably because this wasn't getting any oil in it, because the screen that was up underneath it, or the screen that was plugged in over here on it, the oil pickup screen, was completely full of shavings. And based on what I've seen looking in the motor now, the shavings are those 2 bearings. Now the good thing is that the crank does not look, I mean, just what little I could see of it through the cracks, it does not look scored. So I think it was just a matter of the oil. Of course, I'd smooth it down once I got those bearing caps off. But I've got to learn how to take those off before I can get another set of bearings and put in there and hopefully be alright with it. But I'm going to measure it just to make sure, because I know I've got a book in the house that tells me about what it's supposed to be within what tolerances. So I'm going to try that, and then I'll put this, probably need to get a new oil pump for it, because like I said, I'm pretty sure it's burnt up. So I'll get a new oil pump for it, and the new plastic sleeve, which to change the oil pump, there's just 2 bolts there. There's that one that you see there, and that one there, and then the whole thing just drops down out of there. But I've rolled the thing over, I've checked each one of these, and the only thing that's got any issues at all are right there, the number 2 and 4. I don't know if it's common for them to go out, but I'd almost bet money that they ran it low on oil, and then that thing locked up, the oil pump locked up, snapped the gear, and then it pretty much went downhill from there. Finished grinding those 2 bearings off, and then just started rattling like crazy. I mean, you can pull the screwdriver out of it, and that noise right there is what it was doing when it was running. That's all you heard the whole time it was running, just like that. Both of them. So, and just to give you a little idea of how bad the metal was, that's half of it. I pounded half of it out in there, and then I put some degreaser in that filter drain or in the screen, threw some degreaser in there, and then washed it out real good, and finally got all of it out. But all that metal right there and there's some of it up in here, I had to rinse off my hands. They were completely coated in it. But I might be able to resurrect it without having to do a complete rebuild. I'm not sure. Main thing right now, I'm too tired to continue messing with it right now. I've been hard at it most of the day. But main thing right now is to see if I can get those bearing caps off and measure the crank and the rods to make sure that they're within spec still, because it wasn't run long like that, but it was long enough to clog the filter up. But like I said, once it got hot and out of oil, I'm sure it did not take long for that kind of mess right there to wind up in the oil screen. But that's where I'm at with it. In case you're wondering which one I'm working on, it's the old red and black one. See, it was originally gold. I pulled the fender well out of it so that I could get the engine mount loose to raise it up and get the oil pan off of it. So I didn't let it beat me. But I'm just trying to get this thing back together now and running, which I don't think it'll take much. It was running before, it just rattled to beat the band. And then this one right here, the hood's all cattywampus on it right now because I still got the fender off of it. I gotta get a new fender, new door, and it ain't gonna hurt it to sit there like that. The motor for the most part's covered. Looks like one of the chickens have been up in there. It's kind of funny. Got a little feather right there on the exhaust manifold. So chickens have been roosting up in there during the day. But he's got to get a new rim, new fender, and a new door. And then that one will be ready to go. This other stuff we can get cosmetically. I'd take it off of that one if I had to put on here, if he got the rest of it together. Because I'm going to make this one look mean anyway. God, you stupid duck, shut up. Anyway, that's it. I'll talk to y'all later, and thank you for watching.